Well, the legislative session has ended for the week, and State Representative Kevin Felsher has stopped by WXXV to get us up to speed on some of the big ticket items. Thanks so much for being with us, Kevin.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
And let's start with my favorite subject, taxes. Not paying them, but cutting them.
Yes.
A big bill in the House. Well, the Senate's considering its own version.
Yeah.
Let's start with bringing the income tax down from 4 to 3% and then phasing out over 10 years. That's what the House wants to do.
That's exactly right, and that's the difference between the House and the Senate plan. Is the House wants to fully eliminate the state income tax. The Senate is going to only bring it down to about 2.99% by 2030, I think.
And you think the state can survive that loss of revenue if we do that with the state income tax, since that's where most of the state's money comes from?
I do, through economic growth, and I think it will be sustainable through all the studies I've seen, yes.
So a popular item is reducing the sales tax on groceries, bringing it from what, 7, and the House wants to come down to 3 or 3.5%?
No, ultimately 2.5%. We go to 4.5 and then it gets down to 2.5, and again, as opposed to the Senate plan, that's 5%.
So how do you make up for the cities who rely on that revenue so much?
Okay, so that would put the sales tax, giving them a 1.5% option instead of a diversion, how it's done now. Their tax will go up to 8.5% for the state sales tax, and that 1.5 above the 7 will go directly to the municipalities.
Let's get to online sports betting,
Okay.
because it's, there are different versions of this going around. It seems like what is coming out of the House, a lot of regulations, a lot of rules, and some taxes.
So there is the general 12% tax. 8 of that goes to the general fund. 4% would go to emergency road and bridges. Look, Chairman Uri's worked real hard on the bill, put some consumer protections in there. You can't use credit card. He even put a fund for casinos who feel that they've been harmed. It's kind of a hold harmless account for $6 million of the first gaming revenue would make them whole if they filed a claim and could prove that they were harmed by the sports betting app.
So Mississippi is one of 8 states that doesn't allow online sports betting, and I understand the need to protect the casinos with their sports betting operations, but why not just let the free market free on this one and allow people to sit at home without these rules, go on FanDuel, go on DraftKings, and just do whatever they want?
Well, the House has agreed with you on several years in a row, the Senate not so much. It's my understanding that Chairman Blunt, who chairs the gaming committee on the Senate side, held a hearing on Tuesday to get all the feedback again. I don't know if much has changed, honestly, even with the concessions that Chairman Uri has made, but I hope that the Senate will be deliberative and realize, to your point, we're Republicans, we live in a free market state, and it might be nice if people could do in this state what most people are getting to do in other states.
All righty, well, we'll keep an eye on that one, because a lot of people are watching that and taxes from Mississippi's capital city. State Representative Kevin Felsher, good to have you, and
Glad
thanks
to be
for
here.
joining us.
Thank you, sir.